What are you? A raptor? There's freaking dinosaurs in this game?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of this Final Fantasy XVI playthrough. So where we left off in the last episode, we went to Phoenix Gate, we battled our inner demon, we embraced the Ifrit. We now can go partial Super Saiyan. We can turn into, what do they call it? A semi-prime version of ourselves. We bust out our limit break. We can go a little nuts for a short while. And we've fully embraced our past, what we did at Phoenix Gate 13 years ago. We're ready to move forward. We get back to Eastpool to see that the Imperials have slaughtered the entire town. People that we helped, all killed.
Yikes.
And so now we're heading back to the hideaway to meet with Cid, because he's about to head on a little excursion we want to go with. So without further ado, let's dive in.
To Cid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Don't mind me. Just taking it.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
This house is so full of people, it makes me sick.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true.
That's spoken like a true asshole.
Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Cid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice.
Chicken or fish?
And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
So they're like a
I was
couple now?
expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Oh!
Your mother's a bitch.
Mother's been a bad girl. Time to slap her around. Ooh. That's cool looking. Is that a sheet of ice? White Worm Lair.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
It's a terrible haircut, sir.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
Emperor Sylvester?
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean.
Oh.
It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
So I just told you guys we're gonna go and conquer lands. And I'll let you get to figuring out how we're gonna do that.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Arthur. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
Ah, so they have the icon of Bahamut.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
Are you mad? I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. Alright, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although, admittedly, this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive.
That's what she said!
Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
They didn't want to.
They didn't. Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
There you go.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
Those in power.
The higher-ups. The gods themselves.
There you go.
So now you want to do something about the crystals?
Blow them up.
And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
Oh, I can't say no to that face.
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Let's go talk to Sharon.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick breather, ain't I?
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Cid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot have in... On second thoughts, I don't want to know. Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, summat foul's brewing. And it ain't Tyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will ya?
All right.
Take a seat, Clive.
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. But that's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
Yes.
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send a Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Who's this chap? Alliant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gott at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports compiled by the Cursebreakers contain information on quests currently available across Velistia.
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
Something in there.
Clive, was it?
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
We are laughing. And we are very good friends.
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
There's a weird connection between Clive and Gav.
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
What?
Just
You're gonna separate me from my mate, Clive?
Is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Cid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Oh. I miss you, Clive. Be sure to write. Alright, we're heading back to Lost Wing.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. But will I find Cid and Jill before this dame finds me?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing?
Heading for Northreach.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
Whoa, boost of speed! Clive's got his Nike pumps on. Oh, he went up. What the? Oh! Yo! There we go. Had a brain fart on what the buttons were. Uh-oh. Ooh, that hurt.
Too slow.
Where's Jill? Ooh, parried. Oh, parried again! This is the Periopolis. It has been several days. Griffin's head braid. On the road again. Chocoboos. What are you? Dragonette?
It's over.
Ooh. Squish. Scrape you off my boot.
Northreach.
Bunch of doggos.
Falcon punch!
Hoo! What are you? A raptor? There's freaking dinosaurs in this game?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Interesting. Do those stars do anything? When I'm doing like shift combo, lunge, magic blast combo, biddy boos, does that do anything? Does that help me out in any way? Anything along the bank? Ooh, yes. 2 gil! Totally worth it. Not.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Lunge, lunge, lunge. Extreme lunge.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel.
Oh.
But that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south. A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Cid ever did anyway.
Oh, burn, Cid.
You think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Cid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital.
I seek the Grail! I have seen it, here in this castle!
I I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely.
Easy. Hold on. We barely know each other.
Torment me no longer.
I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
A taste of your brand, so to speak? There's a sparkly bit over here I'm gonna go grab. Gillbug.
Give me one of those fresh fish, all from the sea of grace.
With reds, whites, ales, meat.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Boy
Why,
toy.
my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
I can clearly see you winking.
Wink! Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Nope, you do not.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Where did you get that dress? It's awful, and those shoes and that coat. Jeez.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
It's not very impressive.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Cid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do?
Oh!
Don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Cid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. No, I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Okay.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours.
Oh.
Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see,
Tears
Tatienne
over
was
a
an
comb?
orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something, but the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
So he's a
This man
simp.
from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
In reality, the scar's from a kitty cat.
Man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
And I suppose I'll need to get my coin purse.
Is he talking about actual coins or his coin purse?
Gentleman with the sword. That's the day done then.
Heard the bones fell favourably.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
From a kitty cat.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
Hey.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some
Not
business
less.
with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Speak with Bertrand.
The markets are a...
So we're off to Moor to find Bertrand.
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Look at all this grain. Rarga. This ambient music. Very ominous.
The lot of you. There's still work to be done.
Man, people treat bears real bad.
You, Brandon, here now. You're late.
Late for what?
Did they tell you nothing? Well, don't just stand there gawping.
All right. Where is he?
My, I see they've sent me. He's over that way, towards the coast.
Man, there's a fat face.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
Wolf, it's going to eat me!
But if I can help it. Stay back. I'll deal with this.
Farewell.
Simple enough.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
It's a very old voice for such a young
He's
child.
still speaking. Father will hear of this.
Where?
Look at him, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger and some French fries. How about a Weineken? You little sissy boy! Def Leppard sucks!
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this.
So bears basically have diabetes.
You, Brandy, come here this instant. How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet, and then have the gall to that wolf was trained. You are the entertainment, nothing more.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
See? I told you. He talks too much. It's not...
You're not the Branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me? Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go!
That unlucky wretch would be the dame. I can summon her if you like. Though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You serve the debt?
You look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first.
Father, he's scaring me.
You think to threaten us, Branded?
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful and...
I'm wasting my time, but I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. That much I can do it. How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
More victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame. I'm in her service. Never gets any easier.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Fits you here.
Gladly.
May their burden finally be... I take it you slew the nobleman's...
I did. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. Still. So...
Father! Father!
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. The realm's less two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here. For their help.
You don't have to.
Take it. You never know. Up till then.
Thanks, Raymond.
Lift your asses.
I let her out of her pen while I did my job. I think she's lost.
I can't.
She's beautiful, white hair. She likes walking in the wheat. Oh, she must be starving too.
In that case. That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her. You work the...
Why should I help you, eh?
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet.
Chloe, is it? Ah, last I saw, the filthy creature was that girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's finished.
The windmill.
Off with you now.
Chloe? More brown than white. Someone napping on the job. I hope they don't mind. The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
Her playthings are branded.
Get up now. You've slept long enough, Chloe. Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favourite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you?
She's not dead.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
It's true. And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
But Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in.
Clive just ruined this child's life. She got red-pilled.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here. Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Life is a branded.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Okay, buddy. Alright.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach. at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course.
Man, this dame carries a lot of power.
Lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most
Apparently, no men in this realm can have normal relationships. They all must seek it through the brothel. They need a dating app in Northreach.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Stay down!
Ooh.
Stay down! It's over.
Easy peasy. Uh-oh.
Damn it all. Bodies.
Yikes.
Yikes.
That poor girl.
Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry.
Oh, he killed her?
So it is you. Tatiana.
If I can't have you, no one will.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to see every night. You said her name was Tatiana.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else.
Simp!
One day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
And I don't want to lose my access to the brothel.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
If it was You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived.
Oh, yay!
And there was much rejoicing.
They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
And there was much rejoicing.
But you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
She's dead.
She's dead.
I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Here's your bloody comb.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
These quests are dark.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
I feel good, boy.
Pet the Poochie. The heck?
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
Oh, there's a lovely little cottage up there. I guess it's a church. Here you go.
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
They're coming in through the back door!
Oh. The pleasure houses in Oriflamme.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a...
Oh my goodness.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
Keep the moans to a minimum.
Quiet back there! Taking enough guff from you for one day. Raving psycho.
How do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sanbreque.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Cid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? No, how dare you? No, how dare you? How dare you? No, how dare you? You dare to damn me? How dare me when I how dare you? You big peepee head. You are the peepee head. Mr. Booger Lips, caca mouth.
How dare you question me?
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic?
They don't care.
Our fate means nothing to them.
They are not in jeopardy, so...
This isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Cid the Outlaw. That'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain.
Okay, fine. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
The villain to the public.
First, we have a gate to crash. And once
Hero
no
to those
back.
oppressed.
So your best mate ready. The world won't save itself.
And that is going to conclude this episode of this playthrough. Bit of a talky episode. We went back to the hideout. We're going to Oriflamme. We saw that the nobles within Oriflamme are gonna start conquering other lands. And Cid's plan is to go around and destroy mother crystals. Because if they don't got the crystals, they ain't got no magic, apart from the bearers and those that don't need it. The crystals are also bringing blight to the realm. Destroy the crystals, destroy the blight. Guess that's the thinking of Cid. And also don't give those the ability to use magic when they treat those that don't need it with such disgust. But we'll see what takes place next as we venture into the capital of Oriflamme, into the Drake's Head in the next episode. So be sure to like, share, comment below, and subscribe to the channel so you know when the next episode of Final Fantasy XVI is live and ready for viewing. And until the next one, take it easy.